Merry greetings, everyone. I'm Cosmina Inspira, your geeky gargoyle. Welcome to Gargoyles Season 2 Analysis and Review Part 4. World Tour continues as Goliath, Elisa, Angela, and Bronx see more of the world. The travelers continue their journey through the mists, still hoping to find their way home. Yet, there are still places they need to be. However, these last several destinations reveal a deeper theme of the World Tour: isolation and belonging. It includes being completely cut off from the world, like Avalon itself, or New Olympus, to being part of, yet separate from the world, like on Easter Island or in Ishimura, to somewhere in the middle with the Mayan temple. Yet, despite isolation, new gargoyle clans are discovered, giving a glimpse of hope for our travelers: the Mayan clan in Guatemala and the Ishimura clan in Japan. Some believed isolation is the only way to survive and keep the status quo, such as the New Olympians, a highly advanced civilization of Greco-Roman mythical beings who fled human persecution for their monstrous appearances.
Our ancestors fled the human world and created the kingdom of New Olympus to be safe.
Having an isolationist view can narrow perspective, such as for Nokar, an alien soldier on Easter Island, although for him, at the time, it was the only choice, being an alien on an alien world.
Megaliths were a lasting tribute, erected by the natives I befriended long ago, and swore to protect. I have been at this watch for eons. I was starting to question my mission.
Even gargoyle clans, like Goliath's once did, reserved themselves to isolation in one form or another, such as the Mayan clan in Guatemala. Enough so, as they kept threats from their rainforest home, they ignored the other side's point of view.
Are they gargoyles?
A clan in the middle of a rainforest? Is that possible?
Long ago, there were clans all over the world, but I was not aware any of them survived.
¡Corran! ¡Escápense!
For a minute there, you even had me scared.
We make it a practice never to harm the locals, only frighten them.
They're farmers. If they don't cut down at least a few trees, they can't grow food to feed their families.
There is no such thing as a few trees.
Isolation can even make people take things for granted, such as in Ishimura, where humans and gargoyles live together in harmony. Unfortunately, over time, it's easy to forget the reason for coming together in the first place.
Do humans and gargoyles live here together?
Yes, for many generations. It's the best kept secret in Japan.
Sometimes, isolation can breed resentment, especially when one wants to expand their horizons, or, unfortunately, want to walk away from heritage and tradition, like with a young Peter Maza.
Why can't you see it my way?
Because it is not the way of our people. Peter, don't abandon everything you've been raised to love and respect because you're angry with me.
It's not about you.
No, it's about my only son turning his back on his heritage to live with the Wasichu.
Pop, it's 1960, not 1860. You're living in the past. I'm planning for the future.
Peter.
Sorry, Pop. I'll send you a postcard from New York City.
Yet through the influence of our intrepid travelers, all these diverse people and cultures learn they aren't alone and don't have to be. They can find a place amongst a bigger world.
You know, they're not so bad once you get to know them.
She was the first human to visit New Olympus in 2,000 years. But she probably won't be the last. We're not going to be able to hide forever. It is a lonely existence.
It does not have to be.
I remember. In times past, I shared my mission with the natives of Desire. But that was centuries ago. Who could I trust now?
Look! There!
Well, you could start with them. They're good people, just like you.
I turned when he appeared.
Just trying to help.
Dad? Why did you do it? I thought you didn't believe in the trickster.
I really don't know why I put this on.
Sure you do. You just have to admit it. You and I are connected, Peter Mazza. We have been since you took up my mask at the night dance so many years ago. When you left, you took a part of me with you. I had to get you back.
Today, we will renew our study of Bushido and our covenant with the gargoyles.
At least it's possible for gargoyles to trust some humans. May not be much, but it's a start.
But isolation doesn't just affect the mortal psyche. Even gods and those of the third race aren't immune to it, as demonstrated by one Odin Allfather, and later Lord Oberon himself.
Welcome to Norway. These days we don't get to see many gargoyles up here in the Norse country.
You know us?
Let's just say I am well versed in matters of myth and legend.
My lord, you commanded once that the children of Oberon and I should dwell midst mortals. That was 1,000 years ago, as they reckon time.
1,001.
So very long. Time enough for even Puck to mend his manners. I have done as you bid, my lord. I have walked among them, lived among them, and I have come to know them well.
Do you now profess concern for mortals, Titania? Was not your disdain for them the reason I divorced you and decreed that you and the children should live among them to learn humility?
True enough. But perhaps you have not learned your own lesson.
You are overpert, my queen. I lived my millennium among them, just as you.
But even Oberon still needed to learn humility. For whether mortal or immortal, another deeper theme from the near end of the World Tour are connections to each other, remembering family and making peace with the past, while learning to understand others more, as well as the ties that bind.
I apologize for any trouble I caused in my efforts to reclaim it. It seems I am out of practice dealing directly with mortals.
I owe you an apology as well. It seems I am unaccustomed to dealing with a god, or being one.
Then we have all gained rare enlightenment this night. The Eye's standard gift.
It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it, my lord?
Stop. I pray you.
One more should pay for all. No, I'll kill no one on his knees.
Now the game is done, Lord Oberon. And now you will hear our terms. Give us asylum in your land, and we'll use the bell no more against you or your people. All we ask is to live here in peace.
What say you to this, Lord of Avalon?
You could have obliterated me, and yet did not. Strange behavior for your breed. Such an example of generosity is worth rewarding. Stay, then, with our blessing, all of you. And henceforth, Goliath, you and your clan shall be immune to my arts, and shall become the honor guard of Avalon from this day onward.
I thank you, my lord.
We sure did fight a lot, didn't we? I guess it was hard to admit that you might be right. Even harder after you were gone. That would have meant admitting that I wasted all those years we were apart. Years we could have shared. It's too late to say I'm sorry. I only wish there was some way to let you know how much I've always loved and respected you.
I think he knows, Dad. I think he knows.
If the Avalon World Tour showed one thing, it's truly a big world out there, and connection runs deep. Yet, will our heroic travelers ever find home? Find out in my Gargoyles Season 2 review conclusion. Please comment, like, and subscribe so I'll be able to make more and better Gargoyles-related content. Thanks for watching, and keep defending the night!